Hi, my name is Amber-Rose and you're watching my life in likes on UnPolished. Make sure to subscribe for more content with your favourite creators. What is this 22-year-old girl doing? How has this happened? When you start, it's really hard because no one cares. I don't know why I'm cringing watching that. I was trying my hardest to completely be myself, but I didn't even know what that looked like. When things are not going well, it gains a lot of traction. The thing with the internet is everything lives on forever and nobody forgets a single thing. It's always fun watching yourself get fired on national TV. Lord Sugar doesn't even know what bubble tea is. Welcome to a day in the life of a 22-year-old shop owner. So today we started off in B&Q. I really needed a pick-me-up this morning, so I read what it was. As soon as we finished off there, we headed straight to Screwfix because we had to collect another parcel. I'm speaking so slow. She's a baby, is how I feel about that. Like, I had no idea how to even post a TikTok. I had no idea how to do a voiceover. I didn't know what would be interesting. I just was like, I'm opening a shop. I really want to document it before it opens. I just kind of took a few videos, sliced it together, and then did a voiceover that's extremely boring now in hindsight, but it got us to where we are. But that was very wholesome to watch. Sometimes when you watch back a video, you can remember where your mind was at. And that's how I feel towards this, where I'm like, I remember how nervous I was, and I remember feeling really cringe because I'm like, I've got 0 followers. No one knows who I am. I'm not going to get any views. And I think when you start, it's really hard because no one cares. And so the battle in your head is, how do I get people to care? And who even is my audience? You don't have one. So you kind of have to just blindly post and have faith that at some point it will pick up. I think the journey from store creation to documenting it was understanding that it was quite unique. I didn't see a lot of people at the time when I was starting in 2022 posting on TikTok. I didn't see that representation. I didn't see people who looked like me. I didn't see 22-year-old females in these kind of businesses that aren't necessarily very feminine, to be honest. And so I really wanted to show that. And I think that potentially is how things got picked up, because I think people saw the uniqueness in my role. I think to people looking at it, it was just quite insightful, because what is this 22-year-old girl doing with a shop in Croydon? Like, how has this happened? Who is she? What is this? I want to watch it. I think that's kind of the effect that it had on people. Damn! Straight off the operating table.
I think it's so crazy how 1 minute you're asleep and then you wake up and you've got new boobs. Like, that's insane.
I was in physical pain, like physical pain. I've never felt pain like it, but I was like, my followers gotta eat. I gotta show them. I honestly have TikTok brain. Like, I always say that. Like, when you're a content creator, every single thing that you do is like, can I make a video out of that? That is how my brain works. Like, I don't operate as a normal human being does. Like, when I'm out, I'm like, oh my God, that matcha spot is cool. Maybe I should make a vlog about it. There is not a day that goes by where I'm like, I can't make content. I have to. And then when I don't, I feel guilty. And so this is a prime example of just quintessential like Amber-Rose behavior, where I've literally come straight off the operating table after having a boob job. And I'm like, I need to vlog this, because I've never seen a vlog straight off the table, so I'm gonna be the one to do it.
So what is new, my darling? What has been happening this week?
What hasn't been happening is the question. I feel like I've been going through it. I can't really even put into words what life has felt like. I feel like it's just been a whirlwind. Obviously, I've just come out of a 4-year relationship. For a long time, I felt the pressure of saying, everything's fine, it's fine. Like, it's easy, we're fine, everything's good, because I didn't want to, I didn't know how to navigate it, because it was such a unique experience, like a unique circumstance to be in. Like, how many people can say that they own businesses with their ex-partner, you know? It's just a situation where time has really helped. And in time, we've both healed, we've both kind of now pivoted from once being in a relationship to being in a friendship, and learning what it looks like to be friends and like business partners versus being in a relationship and business partners, which are obviously two completely different arrangements. We've gone through so much together, and our businesses to us are our babies, literally. And so sometimes we'll sit there in the shops and we'll reflect back on all of the insane things that it took for us to get to this point. you can't hate somebody that's like, do you know what I mean, that's gone through such a huge part, who's been such a huge part of your life. And yeah, that like mutual respect and understanding is always there, and I think that's what always helps us to get through even really challenging phases. So when I first started social media, myself and Michael were in a relationship. I had 0 followers, right? Then I've kind of grown this platform with him alongside me. And so exiting that relationship, I'm at a completely different phase of life than I was entering that relationship. And so I'd never experienced dating, being Amber-Rose as I am today. So I guess even now I'm still learning what it looks like and how to navigate that. And in terms of like having a partner online, am I a little bit scared about that? Yes. Do I think it would take a lot? Yes. Because the thing with the internet is everything lives on forever and nobody forgets a single thing. So even when we do make videos now, people will still comment, I wish you guys got back together, etc. And if you're going through a stage in your relationship or exiting a relationship where you're healing and you're trying to move on from someone, that can be really hard to continuously have to read. Nobody ever knows what's happening within our relationship or what happened within our relationship. I don't have any immediate intention to have a partner online. I don't know what that would look like for me. But I do think that people would torment me, for sure. I think that the comments will never stop. And I don't know how that would feel for my partner. My shop was robbed last night. Probably thinking, Amber, you just opened your shop.
How is that possible?
Why am I speaking like that?
I just opened my shop. It hasn't even been 2 months and we were already robbed.
Don't know why I'm cringing watching that. The thing with social media is when things are not going well, it gains a lot of traction. And that is just the reality of it. And I knew that at the time, something bad has happened. Like my shop has just been robbed. How do I now turn this into a positive thing? Because in that kind of situation, you're looking at it like this is a lose-lose. Like, what am I to gain from this? And I'm like, oh, I think I have something that perhaps other people don't have, which is this kind of small platform where maybe if I share what's happened, people might be able to relate to it, people might be able to help, people might be able to just understand where I'm at. And so I just said, do you know what, like if I've just been robbed and I've lost money, and let me just upload it on social media and see what people have to say about it. And that's where things really started to take off. That's when I really started to understand the power of social media. That was my first ever video that got 1 million views, which for me was unfathomable at the time. I'm refreshing my page and there's so many comments and it's something I'm not used to at all. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like how has this happened? How is this the video that's popped off essentially?
Something I have to have.
Apprentice era.
Overrated.
I've got really big goals to hit. I can sleep when I'm dead.
When I say I was so excited to drop that video online, I can't even put into words. Like I had been visualizing the moment where I was able to just share with my followers, like, guys, I was on The Apprentice. So this moment for me in this video is just, brings back so many memories. It's such a hard question to answer. What was being on The Apprentice like? I went through so much. There is so many different chapters, so many different emotions. But if I was to summarize it in short, I would say one of the most challenging, exhilarating, unique, fun experiences of my entire life. And I know for a fact I will never experience anything like that again.
It is regretful when I say that although you've been a great participant in this process, as far as an investment is concerned, I don't think you're the one for me. So Amber-Rose, you're fired.
It's always fun watching yourself get fired on national TV. Honestly, in that moment where I was getting fired, I knew I was going to get fired. Not at any single point during any of the tasks had I ever felt like I had deserved to be fired or I was going to be fired. Not at any point. But after the interviews, I knew it was coming. At that point in time, I just kind of knew, like, the Lord Sugar doesn't even know what bubble tea is. For me, going into the show, my goal was to get to the final 5, and anything outside of that would have just been a bonus. So I'd hit my goal at that point, and I was more than happy at that point to kind of walk away gracefully with my head held high, knowing that I was going to come off the back of the show and I was going to open that bubble tea shop anyway. I kind of looked back at that in a way where I'm like, I did that. So this is like me like reminiscing. I wanted to share more about my childhood because I felt like it would really resonate with people. And something that really drives me, especially with my social media, is how many people like message me and DM me and say how much they can relate to my story and how much it helps them and how much it inspires them. That genuinely keeps me going, because I don't think it's enough to continue being on social media for such a long time just because you want likes or you want fame or you like the attention. I think there has to be a deeper meaning and a sense of fulfillment, and for me it really is like the community that I've built. I think my childhood was quite traumatic in some ways. I didn't really have much of a childhood because I had to mature so quickly, and that's something that is just normal to me. That's my life, that's part of my story, but that's shaped who I am today and even shaped the way that I view business and life and all of my decision making day to day. Because I think sometimes when you've achieved so much at a young age, people just assume that things are good, you're happy, you're successful, you must be like feeling like you're on cloud nine constantly. But I think there's a lot of battles that I've had to face and a lot of demons that I've had to face throughout this entire journey, and I still do day to day. And I've never ever wanted to share success but not share that part of things too, where I'm like, it's actually been really difficult and I've had to really grow and I've had to unlearn so many things as well. So for me, that's where I wanted to really share more about my childhood. So super full circle.
High five, nigga, I be spiked out. I could trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I'm most definitely.
That's really sweet. I think initially when I wanted to open my shop, I was looking for a way out and looking for a way to build a life for myself. That idea that I had, that I put to pen and paper, coming into fruition in real life was just a huge moment for me. But I think even at that time I was forcing myself to kind of be proud of myself. But I think it's important, especially even on social media, to also show the highs too, because I think a lot of the times in my career I've talked about the lows and talked about how hard things are. But I think accomplishing that at such a young age, because I was 22, was a big moment for me.
The f I don't. I built this me, brick by brick, and I'll be damned if I let you tear it down.
Heavy one. So when the show started airing, obviously a different audience were now coming to my page. Obviously they see a girl who is glamorous and who is quite chatty and quite out there and is an influencer. And I think the first thing people want to do is tear her down. Surely if she's an influencer and she is confident and she's bubbly and she's young, there's no way that this girl has grit and she has brains and she's actually built this business. And I kind of was fed up. I wanted to reclaim my power, and I wanted to I wanted to have a voice, because for so long I felt pacified whilst the show was airing, because it was kind of like this really big TV show against what I felt like just a small tiny ant that was getting squashed. I want to put my story out there, and I want to set the record straight, and I want to reclaim my power, and I want to tell people that actually you are so far from the truth. And if you just scroll down on my page, luckily for both of us, there is evidence of the fact that I worked hard for every single thing. Like, even being on that show, I was the first ever influencer to be on that show. And that's a huge thing in TV, you know, like, and a huge thing for the Apprentice in general. They've never had somebody who already had a platform, already go to the size that I had, already go on the show. So I knew it was coming, but I think that that's just the cost of being a trailblazer. So I think when you get to a certain point in life where people perceive you to be successful, or there's things that you have achieved in life that perhaps maybe people want, that's when it starts to get quite scary online. That's when people start to become quite negative and quite vicious. But initially when I was building my business, I didn't really ever get comments like that, because again, I didn't think people perceived me as successful at the time. I think if anything, people were like, oh, poor her. But when that changed is when opinions changed. But I'm like, I'm still the same person, guys. It's just I worked really hard for this. And I pray and hope that you also achieve everything you want to. I just don't believe in putting other people down to make you feel better. It's just not how I live my life. She's always emotional, this girl. Going from 0 to 1,000,000 is like unfathomable. You can literally see that there's like relief like coming out of my body. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, there's so many emotions going through me. There's a part of me that always believed in myself, obviously, but I didn't have any evidence or any proof. How did I do it? How did a young girl who was just broke from East London manage to do this? How did she get to 1,000,000 followers? How did she go on national TV? How has she got 2 shops? Like, if I was a product of my circumstances, and if I just continued my life the way that society told me to live it, I wouldn't be here. Like, I had to break all of the status quos. Like, I had to really go against everything that people told me to do, just to push forward and actually achieve this. My name is Amber-Rose, and you've just been watching my life and likes on UnPolished. And that's a wrap. Woo!